Hey
3,
there.
2. Okay, just start. Oh.
Yo, this is Divvens from Oro Jackson, and we are here with another episode of Captain's Log.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Here
hello,
I
Luke.
am. Hello.
And Luke always tells me that I'm too official with our opening, so I went
Yeah, this
a
was
bit
way
too
better.
casual.
Hmm?
Okay, it was better. Okay, I thought
Yeah.
I went gangster with it.
Yeah,
Yo.
maybe that, but that doesn't. Yo.
Maybe I'm getting influenced by Sad, Broski,
Probably.
Savage.
Oh,
Okay,
don't say savage.
no,
Oh, damn it.
Savage. Everything's savage.
Yeah, he doesn't even
Ice
know what
him.
he's saying.
All
Just-
right. So this is the 7th episode of our Captain's Log, and how are you doing today, Luke?
I'm good. I'm a bit tired, but well, we were planning to do it last night, and I don't know.
No, it's okay. Our plans usually never work out the way we think it would. We just go with the flow, and maybe it's for the better because I'm feeling a lot more better today and fresher today.
That's good.
And you want to tell people why you're feeling tired? Because I want to tell them why you're feeling tired.
Why am I feeling tired?
Because this guy stays up the whole night and sleeps like for a few hours in the day.
Ah.
That's it. That's why. His
Yeah.
sleeping is too messed up.
Maybe. But sometimes I sleep a lot.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes I sleep not so much.
For
and
those who know,
I always sleep more than you.
oh, that can be debatable. But
Yeah, today maybe not. The one day.
I guess people know my sleeping schedule by just seeing my online activity on OJ. Many people also ask, do I even sleep? And if you're wondering, then me and Luke are probably the same with sleep.
Well, yes, depends. I just sleep when I feel like sleeping. That's biggest thing.
That's Luke's motto. If you're sleepy, sleep. Just like
Yeah.
how Luffy says, if you're hungry, eat. All right. So let's talk about what we were up to this week. And Luke has an interesting story for us. So go first, Luke.
Oh well, is it interesting? I thought it wasn't that interesting at all. I just thought let's just talk about something, and well, it's not that interesting. But okay, it's I got this flower thingy, and yeah, I think it's funny. It's like I got it over a week back, I think, and it's like accepting my love, cause and I know this flower thing is going to, like, my image broke already on the stream, because I streamed this week for people that didn't know. It was in an alert that they've sent out, but people think I'm a princess now. But anyway, the flower will probably help with my new image. I got a flower, and I think I gave it too much love because it's growing so fast that the base of the flower is not strong enough to hold the flower itself, and it's like hanging down. And now I need to take care that it's staying up. So I give it some help with standing, but so one of the flowers already broke. But I also take care of that. I put it in a glass of water. So that's it. Yeah, I guess it's nice to see it shine so much. It gives me happiness.
Are we going to expect a song from you? A
A
Disney
song?
princess song regarding the story of the flower and you?
No. It's not that
Will we see a
intimate.
musical by Luke?
A musical. I was very good at musicals in what is it?
Sad can make
Preschool?
background music.
I had quite some, like the intro. But well, I was pretty good at musicals back in the days when I was different.
Different.
Well,
Okay.
like in elementary school, we did every year we had to do musicals, and I had the main role a few times over the 8 years that we did it. So more than once is pretty much. I say it's quite a lot. I would say, and once I like even in the end year, they mostly give big roles to the last years, but we did it together. Like I wasn't in the last year yet, so but classes were mixed. Like the we call it kindergarten is also a grade for us, so it's eighth grade is the last grade. What the hell am I talking about? Okay, it doesn't matter. But anyway, in eighth grade, I when I was in seventh grade, I had a big role in some eighth grades where we were just there. Like they mostly wanted to give us minor roles, but I didn't get the biggest role then, but quite a big role for seventh grade. But I don't know how I got to this from flowers. It doesn't matter. What do you want to
Because
talk
you were a
about?
princess.
Yeah, I'm a princess.
All right.
It's
Well,
okay for a guy to love Disney movies and Disney
yeah, of
songs.
course it is. I love Disney movies and Disney songs too, so I'm on the same boat. But I'm probably not going to sing "Let It Go."
I
Well, I
also
have
didn't sing. I was just grooving on Sebastian the Crab from
I
the
have
Little
already
Mermaid.
sung "Let It Go" many times though, so there goes my reputation. All right.
You never
Uh,
had a reputation.
ooh,
Okay, your
ooh.
part.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about, like Luke spoke about a plant, and I'm going to talk about friendship. Well, I wasn't really up to friendship this last week, but it's connected to something that happened last week, and to me, it was like not happiness. It wasn't a happy part of the week, but it was a huge part of the week, and I would like to just talk about friendship in general, like how I consider people as friends. Like there are people who differentiate between their friends. Let's say people consider online friends as different and the friends they have in actual as different. Like, but for me, friendship is like friendship. Like I have known Luke for 7 years, and we have a bond so strong that we are as good as brothers. Like he's an I can't pronounce that word. He's a member of my family basically, and so we have
I'm
that.
accepted by his dad.
Yes, he's accepted by my dad. He's a member of my family. So, like, we have that kind of bond between us, and we don't need to speak much. We understand each other. We don't need to talk every day. So there have been weeks where we haven't spoken to each other, but we know what's going on and stuff like that. So I value my friendships. I value all my friends, especially those who are close to me. And to me, yes, having someone in your physical presence makes a difference for a lot of people, but for me it's more of the emotional attachment and the kind of support you get from all your friends that matters. So no matter how far they are, or if they're in a different part of the world, half halfway across the world from you, for me a friend is a friend. But maybe for some people that feeling isn't it isn't there, and they see people differently. Like let's say online friends and actual friends, or they have some separation, or maybe they're not as connected to those who they speak online. And I won't blame them. Everyone is free to see friendship the way they feel and they want. But it's very unfair to break or run away from friendships like forever. I can understand some people want their time alone. I can understand some people may want just exclusive, just me time, like how many people say so. Okay, it's fine. Take months long, take years long break, but saying goodbye forever and saying that you'll never speak again and stuff like that. Yes, it did happen to me last week, and it's one of my worst fears. And losing friends is never good, and I was pretty shaken by it. But basically, it was a negative experience that has probably helped me grow and helped me face my fears and challenges, helped me face the
Yep.
challenges and stuff. And yeah, Luke and the rest of the team, OJ, kept me up. Sad, Courtney, a few other OJ members. They helped me through. And well, basically that's it. Just value your friends, value the friendship, no matter how far they are. Even if they aren't important to you, you may be important to them. So keep that in mind, and basically always value friendship is my message for this week.
I agree.
And yeah, okay, let's. I watched Zootopia today, and Luke had watched Zootopia 2 weeks back, but I watched it today. In fact, just before this podcast started, I watched this today, and then I told Luke that we are going to talk about Zootopia in the podcast. We are going to be discussing the movie, so there will be spoilers if you haven't watched it, and if you are planning to watch it, don't listen to this part unless you want to get spoilers. We will try not to go into heavy spoilers and plot details, but we'll be discussing the movie in general. And since I just watched it really short a while ago, it's really fresh in my memories. But I don't know if it's fresh in Luke's memories. Is everything
I
fresh?
get. I guess it is, and else you can refresh me like a glass of
Refresh
water.
or like a browser? I'll refresh you. All right. But the movie was basically about one rabbit. It's a different world where animals live in harmony. They have improved from their basic predator and prey circle, and humanoids basically. And there's a rabbit who wants to become a police officer, and that has never happened before in the world because, well, rabbits are small, fragile, and compared to
Well,
elephants and rhinos and stuff.
yeah, the
uh,
major thing is basically like everyone is an animal, is like humanoid to civilized, but it's kind of discriminating is a big part. Everyone is in the part where they should be. Like
yeah,
the this animals does that, and this animal does this. Like that's basically it. Like they didn't show minors, but probably if they had minors in the movie, they were all moles, and no one. They couldn't be anything else than minors because they were moles. It's basically kind of like that, and
exactly.
yeah,
And the movie fought against that. In a way, it sends a message, which to me it felt like it's sending a message to our world as well. That
yeah,
you people are sometimes born and they're expected to be something. Like sometimes there is an expectation for a father who is a doctor that their son becomes a doctor, and then from childhood he's molded that way. Or sometimes certain people are categorized and they are always fixed to that one or two professions. May it be due to financial problems, or may it be due to education limits or something like that. So this movie kind of fought that thing that affects society even in our world, is that you can be whom you want to be if you try hard enough. So don't you should not give up, keep chasing your dreams, and however hard it may be, go for it. And even though you may be judged by society, even though you may face lots of problems, because for them what is normal, for them what is abnormal is what they fear. But for you, you want to be who you are, or you want to be something that you want to be. So go ahead and be the rabbit who can become a police officer. And she was pretty epic in the movie. To me, I liked her character a lot. Uh,
okay, that's where we go again.
what?
Liv likes the main character. Lucas
Yeah.
like main
Uh,
character is fine. It's just the basic main character stuff, like the hyper positive, uh, everything. Yeah,
I liked the
and then the
fox
down
too.
moment. Hmm.
I liked the fox too.
Yeah, the fox is more funny.
And the slot scene from the trailer totally lived up to its expectations. Everybody in the theater was laughing.
Yeah,
And
I was even an after part of it.
yeah, there was. The ending was. It was unexpected. I didn't expect that to see him in the car, but yeah. And overall, what was your? How did you like the movie? Like,
I already said it in the other podcast, right? That I really liked it.
yeah, you
Was
did.
way better than expected. Better than
It,
Deadpool. What?
indeed, it was. I didn't go in with much expectations for the movie either, but I enjoyed it. I was watching it with my sister, and she enjoyed it as well. And there was many references to other movies, and there was a Godfather reference, which is absolutely wonderful. And
Yeah, that's the best part of the movie.
iced them.
Mm.
That was the best thing ever, and there was it was a good movie overall. The story was that one rabbit wants to change things. She has her own vision, but there's lots of challenges which makes her lose her belief. But then she comes back strong, just like Luke said, like any other MC. And overall, the movie was quite quite entertaining, quite good. It sends out good messages in general.
And the
It has
universe is awesome.
Yeah, I loved Zootopia, the city. Like there's a rainforest, there's a snow biome, there's a desert biome all together. And then the first thing I told my sister when I saw that is, if that was a real place, that would be the best place ever.
Yeah, it's
And
awesome.
yeah, basically the movie was really fun. If you haven't watched it yet, you should go and watch it. Go along with someone or go alone. I'm sure you'll enjoy it anyways. And let us know if you have watched the movies. What was your impression of the movie? And if you're going to watch it, if you're planning to watch it, go watch it and then talk to us about it. We'd love to talk to you about the movie.
Yeah, and for the Avatar fans around, the 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 lion is voiced by Tenzin. He's a
I didn't
famous actor.
realize that.
Yeah, he's
I
really famous. So I saw him in the sub. I didn't realize what the movie as well, but I saw it in the credits. I was like,
ah
okay, it's like it's uh, GK Simmons. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly.
Simons, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah. Um. So yeah, he's really known. He's
that's nice. Overall, the movie was fun. I enjoyed it. It was worth going to the. I rarely go to the theaters, only for movies which I'm really interested in, and this was one of the movies I went to, and I'm glad I did. It was nice. It was nice.
yeah,
And
it is.
I also saw a really interesting trailer
You
for
did?
something now I am looking forward to. Is Jungle Book.
Oh yeah. You didn't see that before?
No, that was the first time I saw the trailer,
Oh,
and
I maybe
the
should have shared it with you before.
the musical, the musical of bare necessities. It brought back so many memories, and I'm totally looking forward to that movie now.
Man.
No, you're not looking forward to it.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
Like the
It's a,
animation was so nice, and
yeah.
the whole build up was really nice. And I'm seeing I hope it doesn't. I I'm sure it won't fail the original, but I just hope that it lives
I,
up to it.
to be honest, I just think it's the same story as the what's it called, as the animation, the drawing animation movie.
Wait, you lagged there.
I said I think it's the same as the original animation movie. The the
Yeah,
other
most
Disney one.
yeah. In
And
fact,
it's
it
just
was
the
a
same, but then different graphics and stuff. It's just like,
yeah.
yeah.
It was a very famous short. Like there was a TV series on Mowgli, even in India, which diverted from the original story, but it was still by Disney. Uh,
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure actually the story isn't even from Disney. If I'm right, it's a pretty famous book.
yeah,
So,
Mowgli.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that now. That was one of the trailers that really that they showed 3 4 trailers, but that's the only trailer I remember. So
About trailers. I know
yeah,
you're not into superhero stuff, but I think uh, maybe some listeners are, and some people from the forums are. Like yesterday, or the day before yesterday, even. I'm not sure, but sleeping. But the Captain America trailer was released, and it showed Spider-Man, and that was a pretty big thing. Like my whole Facebook is basically Spider-Man at the moment.
oh my god, I see. I like Spider-Man. I have watched the Spider-Man movie as well. I should check out that trailer.
Yeah, it was like it took years till they finally got the license of Spider-Man, and it's kind of bridge license. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that, but so it's finally there, and then it was already known that he was in this movie, but not like he wasn't shown yet his costume and stuff, and everyone was like, every trailer before that release, everyone was like, when will Spider-Man show up? And then finally, now he showed up, and yeah, it explodes. Though there was also a lot of other different stuff. I really like Black Panther, how he looks and stuff. Anyway, maybe it's time to move on before we talk about hours of
Mm-hmm.
everything and nothing.
Trailers, yeah.
We can, but
Okay.
also cool by me.
No, we spoke about quite some things, and yeah,
More
I'm
next
sure
week.
more next week. More next week. We always end up talking about movies some or the other way. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's because I watch at least one movie a week.
All right. Now let's go on to the cake of the episode or the pie of the episode. Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking. We are going to talk about One Piece chapter 819, titled Momonosuke, heir of the Kosuke clan. Kosuke clan. So this chapter was like, we don't need to go page by page for this chapter because mainly there are just two or three parts, and it was a setup chapter more of it. I think, yeah.
I guess, yeah. But, well,
Like
yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess.
we transitioned from, like, previous chapter was information filled and explosive, but now we have come back to a more subtle and uh, regular chapter. And basically, what happens can be summarized by saying that Kinemon asks for help. First of all, it's confirmed that Oden was one of Roger's crewmates, and then Kinemon asks for help from Luffy in order to defeat Kaido. But Luffy says no at first, and he says, Momonosuke, are you just a figurehead, or are you the actual lord? Why are you not asking me? Are you just going to stay silent?
Yeah. Well, like act up if you want to. Because when they met, he was a Momonosuke was already like, I'm going to be Shogun. I want to be the Shogun. Blah blah blah. Just like Luffy's talking once about Lion King all over. He was kind of like that about Shogun. And
Yeah,
now
exactly.
he has to prove himself to Luffy.
Yeah, and when everyone, like, we have Momonosuke, Kinemon, Kanjuro, Neko, Mamushi, Duke, Inu, and Raizo. They say that they were left a mission by, or rather a will by Oden, Lord Oden. Was that to open the borders of the Wano country. And currently, Wano is ruled by Shogun under the influence of Kaido, or Kaido and Shogun together, something like that. And they are being suppressed and there is a rebellion, but they are not strong enough. So now they're planning to take down Kaido. And basically Kinemon asked Luffy for help, and Luffy was like, no, I am expecting Momonosuke to speak. And then Luffy gets smacked around by his crewmates because he's being rude. But I think it was not rude, and later on Kinemon came to that same realization, was that the whole interaction between Momonosuke and Luffy, that was typical Luffy, and he made Momonosuke feel equal to him in a way.
Yeah, yeah, and just respect. Yeah, like get him some self-respect. Like, yeah, at some point in life, Momonosuke could probably realize, what am I? But now he doesn't have to. Yeah, if you know what I mean. He's like, he helps him getting some self-respect. Like, stand up for
Yeah,
yourself, be the man you want to be, because else one day you will like think, well, like, I do nothing. I'm just this stupid lord that's that doesn't even talk for himself, and that's
exactly.
also forms corruption, of course.
So Momonosuke spoke up. We also find out that Momonosuke's mom was killed by Kaido. So his background is pretty sad and pretty emotional. And he reaches out to Luffy, and Luffy agrees to help him. And they're going to smack Kaido. That was decided. They're going to smack Kaido.
Smack him.
Yeah, and also I went over it, but Inu in one of the panels says that next time they fight the Kaido pirates, they are going to show their true strength, a true power, and I wonder what that is. Like, why that kind of mysteriousness, and
Yeah,
like, what are they hiding? What's their true power? I'm
the
really
true
looking
power
forward
is
to
their
see.
friendship with Luffy.
Or maybe the friendship between themselves, like Inu and Neko have made up, and
Ah, yeah, maybe.
maybe when they work together, it's completely different. Who knows?
Who knows? No one will ever know.
And then let's talk about Luffy's decision after he says they make uh, they form an alliance, which is the Ninja Mink Pirate Alliance, and he considers them all friends. But Law doesn't. He says when Luffy says that being in an alliance is as good as being friends, and like then Law is like not
Yeah,
even close to being friends. That panel was just
yeah, I posted it in the group chat. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw it. I saw it.
Because you know what I support. The only way that Law can redeem himself, and I will vote for him on Character of the Year that year probably, when he's going to backstab Luffy. And it will happen, I'm sure. I will
We'll
not
see.
get disappointed.
We'll see. And they form an alliance, and Luffy says, "Yes, we will beat Kaido, but before we do that, I need to go get back Sanji because he's strong. He's pretty much worthy."
And
That's
that's
how.
also a funny thing. I liked it there. Because
Yeah,
then Luffy is like, he's worth 1,000 men. And then Zoro is like, I'm like 2,000. And then Nami is
yeah,
like, sure you
yeah.
do, sure you do.
And she pats him. She just
Yeah.
pats him like the rivalry between Sanji and Zoro is shown here. Even though Sanji is not there, Zoro is like, just so we are clear, I'm worth 2,000, got it? And and
Even though
then
I really like the Luffy Momozuku part, I like that little part where
yeah,
Nami is like, sure. Zoro like
yeah,
sarcastic.
yes, we know, and she taps his head. That part was fun. Like this chapter, even though it's a setup chapter, even though it's not filled with an epic battle or with epic information, this is like this typical One Piece chapter that makes you laugh and enjoy basically on a more casual note. So it was really nice seeing these small funny moments, and first with Law's reactions to the alliance, Luffy getting into a
Yeah.
new alliance with them without taking Law's opinion, and then Law's reaction to the whole friends part, and then this little Zoro Sanji bout, and also uh, Inuarashi totally not understanding Peko Mamushi because that's a nickname Luffy gave, and he's like, who is Peko Mamushi? He's just lost at that name. He tilts his head and he's like, Peko Mamushi, who is that? And
Yeah.
these little fun elements of the chapter was what made it really nice. And so the decision now that is taken is Luffy is going to go with Pekoms, and he's going to get Sanji back without getting into a fight with Big Mom. I don't know how that's going to work out because the whole wind smoke is involved and the marriage thing and stuff. But let's see. Let's see what goes. Let's see what happens because I totally think he cannot get Sanji back without picking a fight with Big Mom.
Yeah, Luffy is still on about it going in not reckless at all, but maybe it's like we were talking with this about with Tact before. I don't know if you were there, or it was just me, Ian, and Tact. Maybe Slit, but it's like Luffy is like always rampaging, and maybe he can be interesting now and keep his
Mm-hmm.
cool for once. But well, I had more faith in it than Tact had.
Maybe we never know what Luffy can do. Like he's capable of a lot, and if he knows that for him now, he has made up his mind that freeing Wano and this alliance of that he has with the Minks and with the samurai is important, and he wants to take out Kaido for reasons like he is now emotionally invested in this. So maybe for that sake, he may act different for once. But I feel that even if he doesn't pick a fight, the other side is going to pick a fight.
Yeah.
How is he going to get Sanji back when there's Windsmoke family and the Charlotte family that's going to get into a marriage alliance, and it's impossible to just steal Sanji from there and come back, or else they get pounded from both ends. One end from Big Mom plus Windsmoke, and the other end from Kaido, and then there's like two Yonkos at the same time, which is going to be hell, even for the Straw Hats. So there's so many possibilities that can happen now. I can't wait to see the upcoming chapters. Like really, how the situation is going to play out with the Big Mom issue.
Yeah, well, or they fight each other and then it's easier. Then Luffy just beat up the loser off between Big Mom and Kaido. And that would,
Probably.
yeah.
But why would two Yonkos fight for no reason? Would have
Well,
to
if
have.
they reach it, one has to get in another's territory, right? And if they are in each other's territory, I'm pretty sure they fight. And they just fight for power.
Maybe that could happen, yeah. And then we move on to the whole island partying because the master of the night and the king of the day have become friends. And there's one monkey or gorilla who's happy that they can sleep whenever they want and they don't need to go to bed just because they are serving different masters. And
Yeah.
that was pretty funny to me how that one gorilla just says that. And basically the whole island is cheerful and it's a joy filled environment, and then we get a particular jackass who ruins everything. Get it?
Hmm? Yeah, oh
Jackass.
yeah, yeah.
Jackass. Because Lord Jack, the one of the calamities, is back, and he freaking decides no need to bother going climbing up again. Let's just kill Zunisha. Let's just kill the huge elephant.
Yeah. And I'm wondering how, like,
Well, I also wondered how, but first of first off, Jack is pretty brutal, and we saw what he did with the Minx earlier, like even with dismembering Neko and Inu's limbs off, and basically the whole Shinokuni thing and stuff. Well, he's capable of shit ton, but how is he going to take down Zunisha? And I was pretty angry when I read this because first off, Kaido goes and kills a Roger pirate, that is Oden, and then this idiot decides, let me just kill a elephant who is roaming the seas for the last 1,000 years. Like they have zero importance for the past. They have zero respect for a crew
yeah.
member of the Roger pirates, and I understand they're antagonists, and we are supposed to hate them because of these things, but this is the first time we are seeing someone be so brutal and upfront, even when it involves something that is past and considered legendary. And I'm sure Zunisha uh, won't really have much knowledge or vast knowledge of what happened in the Void era, but still, something living for 1,000 years has value, and someone who can just say that in a moment, in one moment, if they can just decide, let's kill that elephant which has been alive for 1,000 years, that means he can do practically anything, and he won't think twice about it.
Yeah, and they beat it up sheephead. But well, yeah, first on your thing. Yeah, I wonder. That
Sheep,
will, yeah.
yeah, completely missed Sheephead, poor fellow.
But just, yeah. He's all acting on his own. It's like, why? Why is he
Yeah,
just do
it's not even
it?
Kaido's. Maybe he has one order from Kaido, but everything else he's doing on his own, right?
Yeah. And what I'm wondering is something maybe not that big, but I don't know if it was already before, but all the other ships just have the right flags, and his ship is all teared up. Is he the only one that went against the Marines, or was it already before that his flags were this teared up?
His whole fleet went up against the Marines, but I didn't notice that. When we saw it earlier, I saw that the flags were torn up even for the other ships, like when we saw him in the previous chapters when we saw his fleet.
Mm-hmm. Because that's just what I was like.
Yeah, but in this chapter, his ship is the most beaten up, and the sails are torn and stuff. Maybe they got reinforcements, or maybe new Kaizo pirates joined from somewhere, beast pirates. I'm not sure. Or maybe his ship was the only one that could also be a possibility. Like maybe they didn't want to attack with 10 ships and just one ship main goes against the. But then, okay, maybe Jack is crazy enough to just go with one ship against a fleet of marines. But I doubt they went just alone. I'll have to check the previous chapter again to see if other. I remember other ships also having torn sails, but in this one,
Yeah.
you are right. Or maybe they abandoned the broken ships. I'm not sure. Something like that.
Okay, I just noticed it's probably not that big. I was just wondering.
And yeah, basically Jack is wanting to kill Zunisha, and I am very upset by that. I hope it's not going to happen, but one can hope that Zunisha just one shots Jack. Like I made a joke about it. Zunisha uses her trunk, smacks Jack, and Jack goes flying and lands next to Kaido wherever he is.
It's your thing, man. Good luck.
But seriously, if he manages to kill Zunisha, I'll be very upset. But let's predict something, or let's theorize what would happen in this situation. What do you want to happen in this situation? Like Jack is going to attack Zunisha. Of course, Zunisha will sense danger, and Inu and Neko being the rulers of Zhao, I'm sure they will sense danger as well when Zunisha senses danger, or there'll be some kind of communication between them.
I
With
doubt
Luffy,
that, to be honest, but how
you
can
doubt,
they? How does how does she sense danger, and how do they communicate with?
maybe she'll make some noise, or there'll be a lot of rumbling, and like when she gets attacked, of course there's going to be reactions from Zunisha as well, right? And last time when Jack was on Zunisha's back, she reacted with she was threatened by just his presence. And I'm not sure how there'll be a reaction, but I am sure that Zunisha and the Zhao people have some kind of connection because they have been living there for thousands of years. So what I hope for, or maybe this is just the fanboy speaking in me, but I want a situation where Luffy or Zoro or none of the Straw Hats get involved fighting against Jack. I want Inu plus Neko tag team to rip apart Jack basically together.
I
They
guess it will. If it, I don't think something there needs to happen something special to stop it. Else, I think he has a plan, right? Or is it just blue? I guess.
he's Jack. Are you talking about Jack?
Yeah, because now I'm thinking it's going. The elephant is going down. To be honest, that's really big. So it would be interesting to see that happen. It's way more interesting than, oh, it's attacked. We need to help, and then she gets protected. Then okay, protected. Nothing happens from now.
Well,
It's more like a whole country will uh, collapse if they take it down, and the poneglyph. What will happen to that?
it'll probably if Zunisha falls, then the poneglyph stays on her back until they move it, I guess. But they have been protecting that for years as well. That's a good point.
Yeah,
That
but
is
I
why
mean, they're in the sea. It's not. It's like it will. There's like more like will it sink? Will stuff like
uh-huh.
that.
Not sure. Maybe I'm not sure about the poneglyph at all. Yeah. There's so many things, but that's why I don't want Zunisha to fall in the first place. Like and then the whole Mink tribe loses their homeland forever.
Good thing.
Good thing? Why? You just want chaos, right?
Embrace it. Yeah, of
No.
course. It's
Losing their
already destroyed anyway. Who cares? We saw it's nice. We have emotion with the nice landscape now. It looks great. There's Poneglyph. One is there, and then bam, it's going down. And in
You're
the end, it's
brutal.
all fine because then the minks are forced to live together with in the rest of the world and not just like the fishmen all stuck up in one place. It's that stupid minks fishmen just go
What
out.
the hell? Or maybe they set sail and are one are another part of the Grand Alliance, Straw Hats Grand Alliance.
Yeah,
I'm sure they come under the alliance eventually.
maybe
Because Momonsuke would probably agree to
the
that
new
also
crew
eventually.
member.
No new crew. Oh, don't bring that up now. But the I think you're in a mood to troll me. First you say Zunisha should die, Ming should lose their home, and now you say new crew member. What the hell? Come on.
What's
Yeah.
what's what's the problem?
All right. I guess. Do
You
you have
want
anything?
you
Huh?
look? I don't believe in it.
What?
But you said he has a bad past. He's not.
No, 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 no. He's going to be the future shogun of Wano. He's not going to join them as a
But
straw
not
hat.
yet. He's not old
No,
enough to.
he's not old enough to be a pirate as well. He's not going to be a crew member. Don't even bring that up. No. All right. Do you have anything else to add to the chapter discussion?
Momosuke new crew member
No, no.
confirmed.
Let's go on. Okay. Basically, this was a setup chapter, and it ends on an explosive note. The next chapter is going to be explosive as well, and I hope it doesn't break the servers of OJ. Anyways, that brings us to the end of chapter discussion with Luke's trolling. Um,
What? I'm serious.
no, you're not serious. Please. Otherwise, 7 years of friendship breaks, and
Oh. And what if I'm right in the end?
then I'll stop reading One Piece.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm overreacting.
I
Okay,
thought so.
let's make a bet. Let's make a bet. Let's put something on the line.
What's on the line? And I don't really believe it.
Okay, we'll let people this. No, no, no. That'll be worst. Okay, never mind. Let's move on. Let's move on. Um, we go to the question and answer segment of our podcast. And last week, people noted that we kind of rushed the question and answers because yes, we had a lot to discuss about the chapter, and then we were already above the time that we usually have for the podcast. So we rushed it up a little bit, but we during break weeks of One Piece, we will answer more questions, more in-depth questions. I will take longer time to answer those questions as well. So at times we'll just select small questions that we can get over with soon. But this week we have some nice questions, and yo, do you want to take the first one?
I guess I would do. Okay. First question is thoughts on manhwa? Oh wait, first the question is by Daiki, if that's the right way. Thoughts on manhwa, manga like Tower of God and Noblesse? Well, my thought on it, on mangas like that, I don't like them to be. Manhwas like that, I don't like them to be honest, because they have those black spaces and stuff, and it's not my. Some reason I don't get into it, but manhwas overall, there's also, if I'm right, Breaker New Wave is a manhwa, and the
Yeah,
Breaker, and I really like that. I really like Breaker. It's just good stuff. So that's my thing about it. I really don't like the black spaces in between.
basically what he's saying is the format, if it gets too different from how mangas is, he doesn't really like it. Like, uh, I have read a couple of manhwas, like The Breaker and The Breaker New Waves are the ones I read as well, and they're actually really epic. And The Breaker New Waves ended in such epic manner, and then the authors have just taken a break now, and they will make the third season whenever they want. They're trolling us with it, but if you haven't read The Breaker and The Breaker New Waves and you do read manhwas, then give it a go. First read The Breaker and then The Breaker New Waves. The story is awesome. The characters are really cool. The whole build up and the power of martial arts and stuff, really good. And apart from that, I have been suggested both Tower of God and Noblesse, but I'm not sure when I'm going to read it. Because if you go, my anime list and manga list is on my profile information on OJ. If you go to my manga list, I have a shit ton of to read, and yeah, those two are also suggested to me. I will get to them eventually, sometime in my lifetime, but
But
don't have to don't have too much hope. Uh, the manhwas I've already read are like Breaker, New Waves. Uh, I have started reading Gamer. Wait, let me check the name. Yeah, it's called The Gamer, and I've also started reading Dice the Cube. Like I've just read one chapter of each of them, but that's two of the manhwas that I'm currently reading. They're on hold, but I'm currently reading. And I also read a manhwa called Anara Sumanara. God, that is abracadabra basically. Anara Sumanara. It's quite
it sounds
cool.
like abracadabra.
Yeah, it's the title is abracadabra. It's about a magician, and the story is nice. uh there's 27 chapters, and I read them all in one go, and it kind of resonates with everyone. It has plot elements that everyone can connect to, and nice lessons, nice message to society as a whole as well. So I have read that, and it's one of my favorites. So that's one manhwa that I've read, the Breaker New Waves. I'm reading Dice in the Gamer, so let's see. But yeah, also Tower of God and Novelist will come in eventually. Even Underworld uh, Broker keeps telling me to read Novelist, and let's see, let's see, eventually.
Yeah. Oh, I have one other. I think it's a manhwa. I am not even sure. Or it's and that is Dangu, or also called Shaman Warriors. I'm trying to collect even the manga of it, the chapters, but it's quite hard to get them. Slowly, I'm
Volumes, you
getting
mean?
there. Hmm?
Volumes.
Yeah, the volumes. I mean, yeah, sorry.
Hmm.
So that's one thing. I think it is like a manhwa. Then the writer is something with Park Young Ji, so doesn't really
Yeah,
sound.
that sounds Korean. The name sounds Korean, yeah. And I
Yeah.
know that because I watch K dramas, so don't ask why I know
Why do you
it.
know?
But shut up! I just told you don't ask, and I even told a reason, so you should know.
K-drama.
Don't give me
Yes,
that.
yes.
Oh yeah, please. It's nice, okay? It's nice, and yeah, okay. That's was my answer for that question. Do you have anything to add?
No, not really. I don't. Yeah, maybe there is stuff that I read, but I don't know. At least never the stuff with the big black spaces. That's for sure.
Luke hates big black spaces. Keep a note of that, people. So if you want him to not read any posts on OJ, just add big black spaces.
If you don't want me to read it, I think it's harder to let me read something than the other way
Oh,
around.
all right. And the next question is again by Daiki. He asks, I hope do you think you will ever make a members log discussion chat? Um, if I'm understanding this question right, it's like captain's log but with members in it or something, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess that as well. And we didn't really plan to. It's more like
Yeah.
there is the other thing that has the thing, and
There's
there can be guest rights.
you don't need to be so cryptic about it. There's a
But people like it when we're cryptic.
Okay, there's another thing, and that's the speciality of the other thing. So you'll have to wait for the other thing, where we will have members as a part of the other thing. So that's cryptic enough for everyone now. Basically, Captain's Log is titled Captain's Log because it's just with the two of us, and we don't really have plan to have special guests or members. Then we also have to think a lot about choosing and criteria and who is included and everyone wants to then be a
And
part of it, and we can't have everyone a part of it always.
and then the schedule. Like
Yeah,
we just do it when it's happening, and it's happening when it's happening, and that's basically it.
we don't have a fixed schedule. We sometimes do it.
Maybe when we go live, we will have schedules, and then there's already a bit more interaction between us and other people, so that's good.
Yeah,
But
and
for the rest,
we're
yeah.
starting more interaction as well. Like if you want live interaction, go to Luke's Twitch account and follow him there. And when we stream, I'm on the chat, he's on the chat. We're interacting with everyone, whatever we are playing, doesn't matter. We're still talking to members and stuff. So that's one way for you to interact with us. And we plan to stream a One Piece game as well, but we'll make an announcement for that later on. So yeah, I'm not sure if we'll have if Captain's Log will have members in it, but we are doing things where you can interact with us more, basically, and have conversations.
Yeah, that's
All
true.
right. And for the next question, you want to read
Wait,
it now?
I have one thing to say about the
Oh,
Malwa thing, because I suddenly remembered Veritas, and that's like one of the first things I read, and
oh,
I really enjoyed that. So I'm pretty sure that's a manhwa, and it's really cool, and it's already completed. So I know some people are more into completed stuff. So that's I really like that. It's a good thing. Just wanted to
it's
say that. Okay, on to
it's
the
good
next
that you
question.
remembered them. All right. Uh, you want to speak out the next question?
Do I want to speak out? Is it long? Is it short? It's short. Okay. It's short. It's also short answer in my. If Dragon vs Blackbird is to happen, now who will prevail? And that's.
Question is by Danks.
I think it will be Blackbird, to be honest. But
Really?
if it. Yeah, because he is like plot armor till he fights against Luffy, I guess. It's like, really? What? Did I say something wrong? What
Yeah.
else?
Do you really think revolutionaries will be defeated so early on, though? They have so much
Does
more
it
to
mean
play.
that the revolutionaries lose? It means that Luffy's Pirate King and Sabo is going to be the rebellion, the
Leader of the revolutionaries.
revolutionary. That's
Holy
what
shit.
I.
So you think Black Bear is going to kill Dragon?
Yeah, but I don't think yet. Maybe not yet. Maybe it is yet, and that's like big thing. Or did he shows his move?
Well, we know that Jesus Burgess is on Baltico, and he has called the others as well for the location.
Yeah.
And eventually, there is going to be a clash between the Black Bear pirates and the revolutionaries. And probably Black Bear is interested because of devil fruits being involved with the revolutionary army, because they are an army and they're bound to have devil fruit users. And probably Black Bear also knows Dragon's devil fruit if he has one, and maybe he's mainly interested in that. So he's going to come, and I'm not sure if we're going to have a full-on scale battle, because even the revolutionaries are spread out everywhere and their leaders are spread out everywhere. They're not gathered in one place. It's not like the Marine HQ, which has admiral sitting there most of the time. So if Blackbeard pirates happen to attack, they're not attacking the revolutionary army in their full strength. So, but I never thought of that. I always imagined the scenario of Blackbeard killing Shanks off, but I never thought of a scenario where Blackbeard would kill Dragon off.
I don't know. Blackbird will kill Shanks. They already fought.
Well, yeah, there's a really famous theory that Shanks would die before Luffy can meet him. Like
Yeah, I know.
it's basically the fandom kind of expects it. Maybe it may happen, it may not, and I'm sure Captain Hotshot will be really upset hearing this because she always says stop trying to kill Shanks off. But
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like everyone's always saying Shanks will die. Shanks will die. What? I think at some point, if Oda reads all the theories, he's like, no, he's not going to die anymore. Screw you, everyone.
Okay, but then Dragon being killed off, I'm not sure that I like that idea as well because Luffy.
Then
First
you
off,
need to get everyone on the boat making theories about that.
if any theorists are listening to this, go do your research and make a theory of Blackbeard killing Dragon and then Luffy being enraged because his dad is dead, something like that. I don't know. I used to make theories back in the days, not anymore. Maybe I'll make some in the future. Who knows?
Maybe, maybe.
And basically, well, we answered your question. Who will prevail? Luke thinks it's Dragon, Blackbeard, but I think it's going to be the revolutionaries because I don't think
So
boys.
it was not the question if the revolutionary or the Blackbird part. It was Dragon or Blackbird. That was the question.
Yeah, Dragon or Blackbeard. I don't. It's too early for any of them to be off from the series. So, and if one loses, then they're basically off from the series, and hmm, it's different. Okay, I go with
Yeah,
Blackbeard as
that's
well.
what my question is. Is like, will it prevail like in battle to death, or
Yeah, it's
because
mostly
if it's
battle to death.
not, if no one dies, then it's probably that Dragon wins. Now if it's just a fight like that, like Blackbird, but that will, it's
It downplays the character whoever loses. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Even if it's not death.
and it's better to downplay Dragon than Blackbird, to be honest.
But like the most hyped character in One Piece is Dragon. Everyone and their mother is excited to see them. Like
Yeah, but that's why it probably doesn't place him down. It just plays Blackbird higher on the fear because now it's like pre-tie skip Blackbird was was strong, but I think not that strong. But now, but if he also did a lot in the meantime. Like there's two people in the world that use the 2 years optimum, and that's Luffy and Blackbeard probably.
yeah,
Maybe more, but you know what I mean.
I also if Dragon versus Blackbeard were to happen, I guess I share the same opinion as Luke because Blackbeard is the for now in the pirate side. Blackbeard seems to be the eventual antagonist who Luffy will face. So him losing to Dragon would downplay him, and in a way, Luke's right that downplaying Dragon is probably better than downplaying Blackbeard. So I guess I go for Blackbeard as well on this question then.
Okay, that's it, I guess.
That's yes, that's it. And before we end, I would also like to say that yesterday I was. This is a bit about Oro Jackson. Like I wanted to discuss this with Luke as well, and I would end up discussing anyways afterwards. But why not in the podcast? I was checking Twitter, and usually we use the hashtag Oro Jackson. Uh, but I just typed in Oro Jackson on the search without the hashtag, and I found so many different people talking about Oro Jackson in general. Like uh, I was going to this through the search history, and people are talking about spoilers and how they will only trust spoilers if it's also posted on Oro Jackson, and then people talking about theories, and they're just mentioning theories from Oro Jackson, like they're typing out name of the site, like Oro
I
Jackson this,
see.
Oro Jackson that, and discussing about stuff on Twitter, and that kind of made me realize, in a way, how much we have grown even on social media. I wish Facebook had a feature like that, but I don't think so. Maybe I'll check it out. But on Twitter, at least, we have people saying, like there was basically tweets that I read. Someone shouted out that spoilers are out, and this happened and that happens, and then someone's replying, "Is the spoiler on Oro Jackson?" And then the other person replies, "No, spoiler is not on Oro Jackson." Then the other guy is like, "Okay, I'm not believing any spoiler unless it's posted on Oro Jackson." So things like that made me quite happy reading it. Like there was also a couple of complaints. It seems that some other pages that run the OJ tag, like there's a Sabo page that has Sabo the Revolutionary OJ. There's a law page that has law OJ. Like it's just connected to us, not official. We run only one official page, but there are other pages connected to us, and one of the connected pages shared a photograph or an artwork without credits, and then the original artist had tweeted out. I don't know why they didn't tweet out to us, but they just mentioned that Oro Jackson stole my art, and I tweeted back and I said that sorry for noticing this so late because it wasn't tweeted to us, but has the issue been resolved or is there any problem? And I mentioned how we have only one original page, and then they replied saying, no, the issue was resolved long back, and credits were edited and given and stuff like that. So basically, what I'm going to do now is, at least in my free time, there's not a lot of free time, but
Check it out.
I'm going to keep more an eye on what people speak about Oro Jackson on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, because it's not only nice to keep an eye on these things, but also when people speak about your site outside your site, it's just a nice feeling. It's something like we are more than just famous on our community. We are. It was well known already that Oro Jackson's name as a One Piece community is respected, but it's grown more than what I thought it is. Maybe in the future we'll need a dedicated social media manager as well. Who knows?
Yeah,
So that's something I
it's
wanted to
great.
say as well.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, and I guess that brings us to the end of this Captain's Log. I've been very cheerful the whole episode. I guess people can really make out that from my voice, maybe for
That's good.
better.
Good.
So yeah, that's a wrap, and bye bye. See you next week.
Yo yo. Bye bye.